There you go. Hey, what up, everybody? This is Carvell Bailey, and I want to welcome you one more time to Life and Basketball, the live show, Life and Basketball. I see if Facebook gonna invite anybody today. I may not be able to invite people today because my hands are full. I got Junior with me, my starting point guard with me. So I may not be able to do the inviting, but I would say invite, share. We're gonna give you some quick nuggets, quick facts. Then if we have anybody on, gonna just do some live Q&A, and enjoy ourselves today. So we'll be starting in about a minute. So go ahead and let people know that the show is on. As I said, I'm with Junior. You can't see him down here, but feeding him right now. Being daddy. So, all right, I want to welcome you again to Life and Basketball. I'm your host, Carvell Bailey, and what I do on this show is I bridge together two entities, which is life and basketball. We take real life situations and we talk about how they could have been much better if we understood how to deal with them better. And part of that having to deal with them better is, using basketball as a vehicle to enhance our lives mentally, physically, socially, emotionally, spiritually. We do all of those things. And that's ran by our sponsor of the day. We have two sponsors today. One, Bless the Ball Skill Development Academy. And we are here live from the Bless the Ball studios in Chicagoland. And Bless the Ball is proud to present Understanding Life Through the Game of Basketball, a guide to effective leadership and coaching, book that I wrote that's great for leadership, coaching, parents, students, players, coaches, leaders in any field. Go pick up the book. It will definitely help you in any endeavor that you are doing. JB, what up, man? I see you. So what I want to talk about today is a little bit different. I don't really have a guest on today. Had a guest that really canceled on me, really. I'm not going to say frustrated me because, you got to deal with your emotions. But, sometimes we got to keep our word. But the show don't stop. All right, what great coaches do, great coaches are able to make adjustments. Great coaches are able to make adjustments and make them on the fly. So today, I want to kind of get into a chapter of my book as I was reading it. And, again, everything is real. As I said, I got adapt. There you go, JB. As I said, I got Junior here, and we rocking it out. Sometimes things aren't going to be as cookie cutter as you want them to in life, and you still got to push through. You still have to be able to push through and overcome and be able to still reach your goals. All right, because if you have anything worth having, all right, it takes time. It takes patience. It takes persistence. All right. And it also takes dedication. So, you can't get frustrated if things don't go exactly the way that you want them. And that's just real life, and especially talking about basketball, all the shots aren't going to fall. All the calls not going to go your way. You have to be able to adapt and adjust and handle that situation so that it can work out in your favor the best way possible. Now, again, if you see me moving and shaking, I'm kind of playing defense, putting this full court press on this junior here. But as I said, I want to kind of get into the book, and the chapter that I want to get into is chapter 2. All right, chapter 2 is developing a successful team culture. All right, and I just want to read from this and then go off here. Developing a successful team culture. You either create one or it will create you. So, you have to be able, and I think I talked about this last season, but you have to be able to set your standards. You have to be able to set your expectations for things that you want in life, things that you accept in life, and even the people, that come in and out of your life. You have to be able to set a standard to where this is how it's going to go. If you're developing a team of any sort, you have to know these are the rules, these are the expectations, these are the requirements. And if you can't meet those, then you can't be part of this team, whatever. If it's basketball, if it's a job, employee, whatever it may be. If you can't meet these guidelines and these expectations, then I'm just sorry, you can't be part of us, because that's going to pull us, that's going to slow us down, and we just can't have that. So you have to either develop a team culture or the team culture will develop you. And as a leader, if that team culture develops you, look out, because now you've kind of lost all respect. You kind of lost all of your authority, because once you lose it, you'll never get it back. And that's why, if you've ever heard leaders, bosses, coaches, whatever, teachers, they always say you have to be stern, especially in the beginning, because if you are easy in the beginning and they start to run over you, you'll never get that control back. But you can always start off firm and then let up. So I want everybody that's a leader to remember that. When you're just starting out for a new season, new school year, whatever it may be, you have to put your foot down. You have to lay the law. I'm not sure what Disney movie it was, but one of the characters was like, put his foot down. He put his foot down. Like, you have to put your foot down and say, this is what it's going to be. Period, point blank, no in between. And once you do that, then you can kind of, make things the way that you want to make them. So the chapter starts off as such. A good team is a byproduct of a great program. Great programs have excellent team cultures year after year, in which it becomes second nature. However, the development of a successful team culture requires time, hard work, trust, commitment, and preparation from all those involved. So you have to, year after year, year after year, it has to be second nature about these are the expectations, these are the guidelines, this is what's required. I kind of already touched on that. But hard work, trust, commitment, you have to know that those around you are there for the purpose of being around you and what you're trying to accomplish and what the big goal is. Because it's not just about me, it's not just about you, but it's about the team, whatever that team may be and what those goals may be. So everybody has to trust that everyone is there for the same reason. Everybody won't be there for the same reason. Now, don't get it twisted. Don't get it confused. Everybody will not be there for the same reason. But that's when you get to, either weed those people out, and you have to use subtraction to multiply, or you have to use your influence to win over and change those people that don't have the same goals as you. So in developing a team culture, I start off with recruitment planning. All right, one of the best and most important things in developing a successful program is to locate, recruit, and sign good people, not just good players. And so I'm using players, but again, leadership. It can be good people, not just good workers. Not just good writers, not just good teachers, not just good pastors, not just servicemen, whatever it may be. You have to get good people. But the first thing it says that you have to do is you have to locate them. You have to spot out and see, like, this person is the person that can help us in what it is that we're doing. You just can't go out and get anybody. When you talk about basketball or life, you just can't allow anyone to come into your life. You just can't let anybody be part of your team. So you have to locate, and then you have to recruit. Like, you have to get them, to understand, why should I come with you? What is so good about what you have to offer that's going to make me want to come with you? Obviously, most jobs, offer money and, different funds and packages and all of those fringe benefits. Basketball teams, hey, we might have shoes, dorm, we on TV or whatever. But when you recruit someone, you have to sell yourself, right? So the first thing you have to do is locate. Is that a person worth me spending my energy and my time with on? And then once you locate that person, now you have to go and recruit that person and get them to understand how you can help them. And granted, and looking at them and you locating them, that you think they can help you. But now in recruiting the individual, you have to get them to understand how you can help them. And then once you get them to figure out how you can help them, then that's when you win them over a little bit. And then after you recruit them, then you have to sign them. And what does signing do? Signing means commitment. Signing means commitment. So first I locate them. Then I go recruit them. I go and let them know, like if I'm talking to Tristan, you need to come and play for me because we won 20 games for the past 5-6 seasons. We go to the postseason tournament. We have a great weight room. We have a great meal plan. We travel first class. All of our student athletes graduate. It's just going to be fun. I have to recruit Tristan, not only recruit Tristan, but recruit his family as well. And even in leadership, if you think about it, if you've ever been to a job interview, even though you're seeking, right? Even though you're seeking, but you have some of those jobs where they have the recruiters. Even at the job fair, they have recruiters out because what do they have to do? They got millions of people, well, not millions, but let's say hundreds of people at those job fairs. Everybody come with their resumes, right? So those recruiters have to first locate which ones are perfect or a good fit for that particular job. Then they have to then recruit them. Now, okay, let's sit down, let's talk, let's see what, if you can really walk the walk like you talk the talk or what's on this resume. But in doing so, once I locate you and find out that you're what we're looking for, guess what I'm going to do? Now, I'm going to start to recruit you. Well, this is what, we're looking for. This is what we offer. This is why our company is so great. This is why our school is so great, whatever that may be. And then once that happens, I have to sign you because that's the commitment part. That's the commitment part. So we have to get commitment from individuals. And a lot of times, people can't commit. And that's a huge problem, I would say, in the basketball world, but just in life. You get a lot of people that just can't commit to anything these days. They say they're going to do something and they don't do it, or they say, oh man, I forgot, or something came up. And the reason why signing is more prevalent now because the handshake went out the window, I believe, years ago. And it's unfortunate because, when I came up, my dad used to always say, a man has his future. Y'all understand what I'm talking about, right? A man has his future and his word. His future and his word. And back in the day, a handshake used to be acceptable as business. But because people can't commit and keep their word, what happens now? Now you have to sign. Because now what happens when you sign? I have proof. I was watching Founder the other day, and I'm not sure if I like McDonald's anymore or not. I don't think that Ray Kroc was, I understood, but I don't think that he was right. That's just my opinion. Some people may say he was a genius. I don't want to go as far as calling him a snake, but I just don't think that he was right. He was definitely persistent. He was a persistent man. He knew what he wanted. And, he even said it in the film, kind of like, if my opponent is drowning, I'm going to throw water on him. He said something like that. Like, he was real, like, grimy, real grimy. And so when he bought out the original, and I don't want to get a movie away, but it was a point where he had to give a handshake. And the people that he was making the deal with the handshake, you can see in their eyes that that's not going to be true. And, I can say it because as they said in the movie, I guess it's public knowledge, that he never met his word with that handshake. So handshakes went out the window. So you have to get people to commit with a signature. That's why they, letters of intent, LOI, but that's why they call it like when people sign their scholarship papers. It's not really called basketball scholarship. Those papers are called grant and aid. All right, grant and aid papers. For all you parents, for all you people that's watching or will watch it, later on, the scholarship papers are called grant and aid. When you first go to college, the LOI is the letter of intent. So you sign the letter of intent saying we intend to, because we located you, right? And us, in the recruitment planning, developing a team culture. The first thing is the recruitment planning. We located you. Then we recruited you. And then we got you to sign. So that letter of intent is you saying, I intend to come to Bless the Ball University, Bless the Ball Skill Development Academy. Now, I have to sign the letter of intent as well as the athletic director, as well as the president, saying we intend to give you a scholarship. So now what happens if anyone reneges on that signature, you have just breached contract. You just have breached the contract. So for players, I want everybody to understand this. The player says, you know what, I don't want to go here no more. He signed a letter of intent. And see, a verbal commitment, if people sign in the early part of the season, they give verbal commitments because they can't sign yet, literally sign their letter of intent. So the verbal commitment. But then they go and they have signed their LOIs. And once they sign their LOI, they sign now, they say, hey, you know what, I don't want to go there. Then what happens is the athletic director, the coach, and the president, they have the option of saying, okay, we're going to let him out of this contract, of this breach contract. We're going to let him out or let her out without penalty. But they don't have to do that. They can say, you know what? We're holding you accountable, and you don't have to come play for us. But you can't go play for nobody else this season. So you sign to play with us. But then you say you don't want to play. So guess what we're going to do? You can't go play for nobody else this season. Now, next season, you're free to go. But now you just wasted a year of your eligibility because you signed this letter of intent. It's business, people. It's business. You got to understand. And so then on the flip side, what happened with the school? If the coach leaves, school leaves. I mean, if the coach leaves, not really the president, not really the athletic director, but if the coach leaves, you say the coach goes to another school, get offered, another job, or even get fired, and that letter of intent was signed beforehand. Now prior to any unusual circumstances happening, now the player and their family can say, you know what, we don't really want to go here because the terms and conditions of this contract is not the same anymore. It's a different coach. So now you have to let us out of this letter of intent because we don't want to be here anymore. See, parents have to understand the rules. Players have to understand the rules. Even in life, when they give you that handbook at your job, you should read it. They give you that ethics thing, you should read it. Because without knowledge, you can be taken advantage of. Because most people are banking on you not knowing. Most jobs, most coaches, just being honest, they're banking on you not knowing. So we talked about recruitment planning. So then it goes on to say, having individuals with good character and integrity goes a long way. That speaks within itself. Anybody can probably win you a basketball game, but you're looking for, or anybody can probably give you production numbers. Let's say that. Not even basketball, but we're dealing with basketball, life and basketball. But you can get production out of, say, anybody if you teach them well, train them well, and educate them well. You can get production out of them. But if they don't have any character and integrity, it ain't going to go far. So that's part of that location thing. When you locate those that you're dealing with, that you're recruiting, you have to make sure they got good character and integrity. When you recruit and plan for seasons to come, you have to want a certain type of person who fits into your program and philosophy, not someone you think you can mold into your philosophy. So you got to find someone that fits. Dealing with basketball, if you know that you run, say me, I ran a lot of motion. So I had to have good guards. So I'm looking for guards that I know that can penetrate and get in the hole. You fit my system. If you can penetrate, get in the hole, have poise, that fits my system. But now what happens also? I need somebody that can shoot that thing. You got to be able to shoot that thing. Because when I got people coming into the hole, now the defense is going to collapse. We kick it out to you. You got to be able to knock it down. You got to be able to, as I say, earn your money. Earn your money. So I'm looking for somebody that can fit into my system. I'm not, I talked about it on Tuesday with Coach Dildy. Jerry Wainwright told me that a person that has potential can get you fired. A person that has potential can get you fired because you're just waiting. You're just waiting on them to turn the corner, and they never turn, and now they done lost you 20, 30 games. And you steady playing them. You're right, JB. Get you a Curry that can knock down that long ball. We drive, we kick, you got to be able to knock it down. I'm not necessarily looking for a guy that I like his form, but he can't shoot. I'm looking for a girl that bends her legs but can't shoot. Yeah, I have to teach and teach her how to be a better shooter. But at some point in time, you might be too far gone for me to teach you how to shoot. I can teach you how to enhance it. We might not have time for you to shoot, so I can't try to fit this round circle in a square peg, like try to make you fit into my system. you setting yourself up for failure. And that's, even in life, even, people, you can't have people, around you the way you like, well, maybe they'll be okay. Like, it's an old saying that says, when a person shows you who they are the first time, believe them. Believe them. So that means if, a person is horrible, and I mean from off the court as well as on the court, they may do some good things, but they're going to go back to being that horrible person. That's who they are. Now, on the flip side, you get somebody that really has good character and integrity. Yeah, they may make a mistake or two because we're all human. But in the long run, they're going to be that person that they showed you who they were. So don't, I talked about it the other day again, have discernment. Understand that, when somebody show you who they are, believe them. I'm telling you. You have to be coachable. Yes, sir. You have to be coachable. That's in basketball. That's in life. You have to be coachable. I'm 42 years old, and I have probably maybe 4 people that I call coach. Like 4 people that I call coach. Maybe 5, but definitely 4 that I call coach. And I'm 42. But I have people that can coach me in specific areas. If it's fitness, if it's finance, even in basketball. Now, a coach and a mentor, to me, are kind of different. Because you can have a virtual mentor. I'm not so sure about me personally, I'm not so sure about a virtual coach. Some people say that those two things are, synonymous, coach and mentor. And I do have players that I coach virtually now or on the phone or on, text or whatever. But I've been their coach. So, like, I've coached them through things. So now it's more of a consultant instead of coach. But maybe not coach them on, the internet, but I consult with that. But you have to be coachable. You have to be coachable. So then, lastly, it goes on to say when we talk about recruitment planning, it says part of that planning is making sure that you recruit players who take pride in being student athletes. These small keys in recruitment planning will take you a long way in developing a successful program. So you got to have people that take pride in being student athletes. We're not just here to play ball. Regardless if you think you're going to the NBA or going far or not, but if this thing is going to pay for your education, you might as well get something out of it. Learn a skill, learn something, get something out of it, even if you only have to be here for a semester. See, because what most people don't understand, I'm going to break this down real quick. When you have those one and done players, you need 12 credit hours to be eligible to play basketball. So what happens is those players that come in know that they're only going to college because the NBA says that they have to go to college before they can go to the NBA. So what happens is this. They register for 12 hours, maybe 13, maybe 15 in case they had to drop something. So they register. And in the fall, they take those classes. Now, they just have to pass those classes. Excuse me for a minute. Now, they just have to pass those classes with a 2.0 for the first semester, which is around Christmas time, right? So they pass those 12 hours with a 2.0. Now what happens is in the spring semester, we know school is over in May. Well, we know that the draft is in June. Season is over in April, like the first weekend in April, championship game, or at least the last weekend in March. It generally always falls around my birthday. So that kid that's one and done has registered for 12 to 15 hours first semester, done what they need to do, pass their classes, 2.0. So they're eligible for the second semester. They register for the second semester, and you have professors that have stated this. They don't see those players because they register for the second semester, but then they never go to class because they know I don't need these hours. I just need to be registered for the second semester because I'm in school. I'm in school because I'm registered. And I have to be registered in order to play. But I don't have to go to class. Because, see, for a normal student, they have to pass 12 hours per semester that they're in school to stay eligible at a 2.0. They have to pass 12 hours per semester that they're in school at a 2.0 to stay eligible for every full-time semester. But that kid is going one and done, they only need one semester. Because now I'm going to register in the spring, and I may go to school January, maybe February, and these are the good ones. I may go to school January, February, maybe even March. We're on the road anyway and stuff, so I was talking big Division I, those one and done players. So they do have tutors, and they do have the resources to be able to help those individuals. When those schools go on those road trips, you see a school playing on Thursday night, then they turn around playing Saturday or playing Sunday. Like they're on the road, but they have tutors that come with them. Best believe that. Football, basketball, anything. So, you have to be put in position to do right. But then it's up to you to make that choice. But they have these people, but now let's say come after the season, after the championship game, or after they lose their last game. Those one and done players now, they have to go start training to get ready for the NBA. We don't have time for class, boss. Most of them. We don't have time for class because we're literally working out 7 to 8 hours a day, doing 2, 3, maybe 4 workouts a day. So I'm saying all this to say that, I said find people who take pride in being student athletes. Those are the ones that you want. And, obviously people going to say, man, if I can get that one and done player, yeah, I'm going to get that one and done. But hit me closely. How many one and done players do we have roughly every year? How many one and done players do we have roughly every year compared to just standard students? So everybody ain't going to be one and done. So you're going to have at least 98% of other players that ain't one and done. So find you some student athletes. Some people to understand that they have to get an education if they want to play. Same way if you have a job, find you some people that understand that, again, talk about it. It's a goal. Even just normal leaders. Whatever it is that you do when you're as a leader and you're looking for people, it's okay to sit them down and ask them what are their goals. Now you know how you can approach them. You know how you can push them. You know how you can work with them. Me, with my company, Bless the Ball Skill Development Academy, what I do is every new client I get, I ask them, what's your goal? What are you trying to do? Because if you tell me you want to go to the NBA, or if you tell me you want to go to college, if you tell me you want to play high school and be an integral part, there's certain non-negotiables at this point. Now, if you just here for recreation, I don't really do a lot of recreational clients like that. If you just here for recreation, one, you're probably in the wrong place. But two, the standard may be a little bit lower, unfortunately. And that's why I don't really like recreational athletes, because I don't like to lower my standards. It is what it is. And we working. So you have to find those people that are really into it. care and concern about the bigger goal, bigger than themselves. So again, developing a team culture, chapter 2 of my book. Again, I'm being real life parent, show host, person, individual, everything. But again, understanding life through the game of basketball, a guide to effective leadership and culture. Probably next week, I'm going to get this gentleman on the show, Charles Peaton, get this gentleman on the show. I've been telling him I was going to let him come on the show so that he could just talk about, he could talk about this cover, break it down to everybody, get people to understand what was really happening in this cover, but then kind of just to share his story and just, to go from there. But again, I don't think that I've put it in there in the comments as of yet, but go and pick up the book. $19.99, $20. Go and pick it up. You will love it. It will help you in your role as a leader and whatever it is that you're trying to do, whatever area of leadership that you're in. And it will definitely be greatly appreciated. Now, I'm not sure who's on. If anybody is on, if you have any questions, I can field those questions. I can answer those questions before we get ready to go. Again, I wanted to come to you guys. I was having some technical difficulty. I was waiting on a guest. Again, should have had him sign a contract. But I'm here, man. I'm trying to change the perception. What I'm trying to do is change the perception that people, especially in Chicagoland, can't work with each other. And so I'm trying to bring individuals to the forefront so that they can showcase what they do, give some of their expertise, some of their knowledge. And it will happen. It will definitely happen because I've been getting great reviews of the broadcast. We're averaging probably around 800, 850 views per show. Again, looking for sponsors. If anybody wants to, sponsor their business, whatever it is that they do, to mention it on the show. As I said, this show is being sponsored by Bless the Ball Skill Development Academy. You can reach us at blesstheballsd.com, as well as our phone number, 773-971-9939. And the show is also being sponsored by Kingdom Asset Builders. And our subsidiary is called Cash Flow Cultivators. Our subsidiary is Cash Flow Cultivators. We're a financial education company, and we just help individuals with their personal financial success. And so, again, if you want to reach me, talk about that, how you can learn to get more of your money back that you've been giving away, as the commercials say with the company. I'm not going to mention their name. Get your billions back, America. Well, if you want to get your little piece back, that's what we show you how to do. Kingdom Asset Builders and our subsidiary Cash Flow Cultivators. We educate you on finances, how to fix your credit, how to get great return on your investments. So, financial educator, not a financial analyst, not a financial broker. I want you to understand that. So, but again, if there's no questions, I thank you guys for being patient with me. Again, we're trying to work everything out, and the way that this system works, if we're not on by that time, it cuts us off. So we had to do like 3 takes. Third take was a charm. Even with Junior back here, he's become a regular on the show. But I thank you. Nobody is here but JB. I appreciate you, JB. Everybody else, catch you on the replay. And in closing, I always say, shoot for the top, because it's crowded as hell at the bottom. All right, my people. Peace.